Welcome to the Action Takers podcast. I'm your co-host, Nate. We got JC here as always. JC, how's it going?
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
Nate, it's life can be fucking frustrating at times. I go to set up the podcast, and sure enough, my software wants to do an update, and then I can't get anything to work. So I apologize for the I don't know, the lack of interaction that we're gonna have with the I've got all these cool tricks. I got these fucking like I can disappear, and anyways, I don't have any of those tools today. It's just me and you talking to each other. So the listeners bear with us.
All right. Hey, we're making it happen. That's all that matters. We got one of our episodes for over 180 views, which was pretty exciting. So, you know, no matter what, we're going to make our podcast work. We're going to be out there. This one, I don't know, maybe not going to have all the bells and whistles we usually have, but hey, we got an episode we're doing.
Well, so which episode was that? Was that the Grant Cardone one, or was it the Andrew Tate one?
No, it wasn't even that one. I think it was shoot, now I don't remember. It was
Maybe
just
like
two
the
episodes
Daily
ago.
Habits or something.
Yes, I think it was the Habits one.
Fuck, we might have to do that one again. You get addicted to the views. Like you were sending me some shit about your fucking personal training, and you're getting hundreds of thousands of views. You've had a couple of videos go viral. What has that felt like?
It's pretty exciting. I mean, that was my first video to get over 100,000 views. Yeah, it was just your phone is freaking, the notifications it's beeping like every second for I don't know, for whatever reason. And then it's yeah, I mean, I would check it, 15,000 views. Hour later, check it again, 40,000 views. Hour later, 80,000 views. So it was definitely pretty it was just exciting. It's kind of cool. And to me too, it was one of those things. I just literally set my phone down. Hey, I'm gonna record this and did a real short clip and just posted it. Nothing fancy about what I was doing, just doing some pull-ups. And yeah, that was the one that just took off.
So I was looking at that video, and then I went through my reels, and I'm like, this motherfucker, I swear to God, I've set up multiple cameras. I'm doing all these transitions, all this bullshit. I have nowhere near the views. So it to me, at least, it was like, I had this hint of like resentment. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, one, that's incredible. Two, it's as simple as that. If you want to be a fucking influencer, just put your phone on the ground and fucking do some pull-ups and, say, hey, join my fitness club at fucking $9.99 a month, and fucking you've made it, Nate. It's all I'd wish to see on that video is something that says a call to action. That's all I'd want on it. And I need to do that myself. But what do you think about adding a call to action to make people fucking go, oh shit, I need to follow this guy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it could help. But I think that's, at least with a lot of my stuff, that I went and, I've done different things, right? I've tried doing voiceovers. I will add titles on the video itself. I mean, I don't know, the ones that seem to do really well with those views are just those. It's very simple. Let me set my phone here, press record. Let me just, get the 10, 15 seconds and just post it, with the cool song. And so it's I think it just depends, right? Because there are the people that will, really do all the video editing and stuff, and which is cool too, right? Because those videos take off as well. Obviously, like Brad Lee, right? All his videos have all kinds of cool stuff on it, and it works. So I think it just depends. But me, I just don't have the time to do a whole bunch of cool stuff, so I just keep it simple.
Dude, I would tell you right now, do not do any cool stuff. Like, just don't. Like, because it's true. Like, I did a time-lapse video of this fucking stupid pressure washing thing I did. I didn't use a pressure washer. I just used chemicals and a fucking hose. And I cleaned this entire wall. And it's one of my most popular videos, and literally just has a fucking country hillbilly song talking about side hustles and Rolexes. And it's got thousands of views now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the ones where I add titles and fucking images and fucking quick cuts and fancier music, it just never works for me. And I don't know what the trick is with Brad Lee. I think maybe him just having that, pretty massive audience probably helps his click-through rate. They're probably a little bit YouTube and Instagram, they're probably more confident sending viewers to his channel than it is to us yet. But I think it was, dude, it was pretty cool when you were sending me those fucking numbers. I'm like, holy shit. And then so you didn't even post on YouTube. You just posted on Instagram. And I think I told you, I was like, dude, you need to put this on fucking YouTube Shorts.
Right.
How did it compare to the two different platforms?
So yeah, YouTube Shorts. I think that's exact same video. Didn't change anything. Got about 3,300 views on YouTube Shorts. That one I posted at 10 p.m. at night, just randomly. Like, let me just throw it on there. And within like an hour or two, yeah, I got the 3,300 views, which is pretty cool. Same thing. Yeah, I mean, and I have nothing on my channel on YouTube now. I have like 5 workout videos, but or shorts, I should say. I don't have any videos yet, but yeah, I mean, it's just distributing that content and seeing how it goes.
So with that much success, I would tell you to try like one thing. I would tell you to buy a fucking tripod for your goddamn phone. Because I'm tired of staring at your ass. Okay, I'm probably 15 of those views on your YouTube channel, and it's that would be my only suggestion. But buy a halfway decent fucking tripod. You can get them on Amazon for $20. Make sure it's high enough so you can adjust it. Either a small one or a fucking big one. And
Sure.
then I would tell you, have you tried to do like fucking like an entire workout where you time lapse it? I think
And
that would be,
no, but that'd be good. I can definitely.
just dude, I've had some success with the time lapse. It's really fucking easy. You just, go to the video settings, slide it all the way left, and click fucking time lapse. And it's crazy. Like one of my videos, I got stopped by like a fucking neighbor, and I'm just standing there in the fucking street. And I was like, fuck, this is gonna fuck up the entire video. Like it's just gonna be me standing there and like not doing any work. But somehow it crunched 45 minutes into 30 seconds. So you don't even notice it. It's some of the weird things. So if you go out of camera, out of focus, or whatever, it just fucking works. So I would put that shit on a tripod and fucking film your entire workout, your entire morning, and just on a time lapse and see maybe you get some fucking hits.
So I do have a tripod, and I was thinking I'm gonna start carrying that around with me. And even at work, I was like, I have a desk. I gotta make phone calls. Even if there's no sound, I'm just gonna freaking record myself. Like you said, time lapse it. Just me sitting there making phone calls. May it be
Oh
on the
yeah.
whatever. It's just gonna be random. But it's. I was just thinking, like, man, I do have a tripod. I should just carry it with me everywhere and just set it up and start recording.
Dude, I think one of the most entertaining things is if you just do the Bradley fucking playbook, put a fucking camera on you all day, fucking hit record, and just try and write down when like funny shit happens or a fucking customer's irate. God damn it, don't fucking call me, you fucking hillbilly fucking car salesman, like whatever it is. Dude, those are fucking hilarious. I see those ones where they're real estate wholesalers. So they're just cold calling fucking hundreds of people a day. And you get that one phone call that they're like, what the hell's the problem with you? I'm not selling my house to you. And they're like, oh, if you ever thought about it, considered it. And they're like, screw you, we're never going to sell. And then like by the end of it, you're like, oh shit, they sold in their house and it like fucking worked, So I don't know, maybe try one of those. I don't know if your boss would appreciate it. I would. I'd be fucking all game for it.
Oh yeah, it'd be pretty funny. Especially, every once in a while you do get some people that will be a little out there, so it wouldn't be bad, definitely. But yeah, I think it just, what it really does too is just puts that inspiration back of like just trying to record more stuff and just the random stuff and not overthinking it. This doesn't need to be perfect. It just freaking set it down, hit record, and you're gonna come up with something.
Dude, we talk a lot about challenges and certain things that we want to do in life. And I've got this idea. So I was like 5-10 minutes early to a meeting. And I'm like, what if every day for like 10 hours a day, like on the, like at 11:55, you've got 5 minutes to come up with a video and fucking post it on all 3 or 4 platforms. So I was thinking about this and I'm like, fuck, I'll try it. So I just literally I have only 5 minutes because I gotta get to this appointment or I'm gonna be fucking late. And I just hit record, fucking said a bunch of shit, edited it real quick, threw it up there, and it's like, oh, it's got 300 or 400 views now. And I'm like, well, fuck, what if I did that 10 times a day? Like, that would give the algorithm fucking so many more opportunities that I could reach people essentially. And only so fuck, if you think 5 minutes a day, 10 times, that's what is that? Fucking 25 minutes or whatever. I don't know. I can't do math. What is 50 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. 50
Okay,
minutes.
50 minutes. Yeah, 5 times 10. Cool. All right. I'm not the R word. I'm not very smart. It but I was thinking about that. I'm like I can probably do that. Like it's only 50 minutes, but it's only 5 minutes of each hour. If you only think about it like that, you're like, oh, I'm only blowing 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes. Everyone's got fucking 5 minutes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. It's and it like you said, it's not necessarily. I mean, it is a challenge. Hey, I got to come up with it, but I think the biggest part of it is just not overthinking it, right? Like, hey, okay, I'm going to do this, and like you said, just record it, and it could be like you can even just talk about what you're doing. Oh, I'm going to this meeting. I'm going grocery shopping to get this. Like, I mean, there's so many little things that we talk about that you can just record for content, and because it can be relatable, it can be something people are interested in. I mean, there's all kinds of good things that you can come up with just by doing that.
Well, so I was looking at like some of the most famous YouTubers, and one of them came to mind. It was Casey Neistat. I don't know if you know who that is. He's got fucking 12, 13 million followers. Guy's very successful vlogger. He's got a show on HBO. He's created companies. He's fucking pretty amazing. And his mindset was like, I'm gonna make a vlog every single day. It's gonna be like 3 to 7 minutes long, and it's just gonna be my day. Like, and he just like, and it's not even random filming. It like looks like it took him about 10 minutes to film the entire thing, and then he edits real quick. Takes him about an hour, and he's fucking ginormous. He did it for, I think he uploaded a daily vlog for like 2 years and got burnt out, but he ended up growing his following just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and I guess that's the one thing that you know the thing to watch for, I guess, is getting burnt out, especially doing it daily. And creating those tasks. I've been doing some tasking. It's like, hey, sometimes like I'm gonna do this day. Actually, let me just switch it to weekly, so it can be more manageable and not get burned out. But yeah, I mean, daily, hourly, weekly. I mean, I think as long as you're just starting it, that's all that matters. Just taking the action.
Taking the action. Fuck. So like it because I've struggled with this, and I'm sure you have too. Like I've created goals. I write down these goals. Fuck. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Oh my god. And then something happens in life, and it just fucks it up. How do you stay consistent? Like what? It's one thing to take some action, write down your goal, fucking start that daily routine or whatever it is. But how do you stay consistent?
The why. Why am I doing this? Because even right now, going through changing some things and looking at, I made a whole list of goals, habits, vices, things I don't want to do, things I need to do, and kind of starting slow and doing it. But the thing is like, okay, why am I doing this? And every time I almost think of not doing it, I make sure, like, no, I got to do this. I got to do this. Got to do this. Got to do this. I think it's something we've talked about too. Is just that bitch voice of, we are the best salespeople to ourselves. We can sell ourselves anything. I've heard that, and you do, like, when you really think about it, like, we are, whether it's, oh man, I really want that ice cream or that cookie or this fast food. I mean, even last night, I know I went in to work for an hour to close a deal, and after that, I was like, you know what, some Panda Express really sounds good. But then I stopped and I was like, no, I got food I can eat at home. I am trying to change this. And that's one of my things, is not eating these cheat meals. And hey, you got to stay consistent on it. And I went home and I ate some chicken that I had. And it's really just getting control of that bitch voice that we've talked about in a lot of episodes, and really deciding that you are going to control it. Because that's all it is. It's us selling ourselves that, hey, we don't need to stick to our habits and it's all right this one time.
it it, it taco trucks are my fucking kryptonite. They're your Panda Express. They're my fucking taco trucks. Dude, I'm with you. I got home late from one of my appointments, and I was like, God, I could just, it would take me 20 minutes to stop. And I was like, fuck, I could just go, I could just keep driving and fucking get home. By the time I waited in line to get my fucking, a 10 o'clock tacos, I could just go home and have dinner that is going to be healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think it's making those little choices. And I think you're right. It's that fucking inner bitch voice, but it's also like doing things that are just like, you just know are better for you, like in the sense of like, don't take the fucking easy road when you're actually going out there to achieve it. And I think the one thing that our show, we might repeat ourselves occasionally, but I think we got to take away something that I think people need to fucking hear this over and over and over. I need to fucking hear it all the time. Like I fall into the fucking slumps of the taco truck, every once in a while. And it's like, fuck, why'd I do that? I just gained fucking 5 pounds of sodium and fucking grease. Like, why the hell am I doing that? Then you recognize you're like, oh, fuck. Okay. This is probably the most relatable. Like, if we put ourselves above and beyond, like, oh, we're absolutely fucking perfect, I won't ever watch anyone's fucking perfect. Those fucking Instagram models and the fucking Instagram perfect fucking life, those people can suck my thumb. Okay. They're just absolutely fucking, I just don't like them. They're just horrible. And because it's just not relatable. And I saw this quote from Shaquille O'Neal that I thought was pretty interesting. He was called a celebrity, and he's like, "No, dude, I'm not a fucking celebrity. I'm a regular guy. I just have had some success in my life. Celebrities are dicks." And he might have not have said dicks, but I think he said something a little bit more appropriate. But I thought it was an interesting perspective, especially as much success as he's had.
Yeah, and there's a wide range of people, and with obviously social media, and now, and so many people can become celebrities, instantly, and doesn't, necessarily make them a bad person, but like Jake Paul is someone, right, who kind of started on YouTube, and now he's, obviously still big on social media, but he's became a boxer, he's doing these other things, so yeah, it's I guess everyone starts somewhere, and takes it to changing things, because yeah, Shaquille O'Neal is known for basketball, but yeah, but he owns, like, yeah, he's notorious for owning tons of businesses, being an entrepreneur, even being a cop. So so there's a lot of people that might have started one thing, and now they've changed their identity and what they're known for, or what they want to be known for, which is all part of everything that we do, right? Just adapting and changing, and becoming things we want to become.
It got me thinking that, like, and you said something like success overnight. And I think that's true. If you really know how to capture something that is a little viral. And I think a lot of people, like, for example, your account, like, if someone goes into your account, and anyone can do it, and they can go to my account too, I just don't have as much success. Still a little jealous about that. But it's they look at your views and they're like, okay, 30, 40, 100, 200, 500, 100,000. And you're like, oh, this guy's got fucking overnight success. And it's like, no, he's put out a fucking video every day for the last 2 years, 3 years, or whatever it is. It isn't, and I think a lot of times we discount the actual journey of getting to that certain point. And I'm in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to start a new journey that literally I've had to have a conversation with my significant other, and I was like, are you ready to fucking have it not be successful? Because we were watching this documentary, and it was like, they all said we have an overnight success, but we pumped out a fucking YouTube video every single day for 2 years before we had any success. And I think sometimes we take that for granted.
Yeah, and I just to make, I have not had any success yet. I've been
what are you talking about? Yes, you have.
One video, until I have maybe 100 videos with that many views, then okay. Because even that, I've posted since then. I've posted videos that 2,000 views, 2,000. I have one that has 200 views. It's there's a lot of things to it, but what you're saying is right. It's the consistency. Like right now, I think I'm on like a 5-day streak of posting a video every day on Instagram. I started posting every day now on YouTube. Still kind of inconsistent on TikTok, but I'm still trying to post these videos, and that's the biggest thing, is just getting into that consistency and getting in that habit of wanting to do that, of posting, and because that's the thing, is like, oh man, this people will say it's not working, and even that, yeah, I've posted, I don't know, a decent amount of videos, and but it's just that consistency that you have to keep doing it, even if you fall on your face on a video and you don't get those videos, uh, or views, I should say, and likes. You just got to keep doing it.
Well, and I think you also you can't look at you can look at the counter and make sure and see and analyze your actual content as more of a business person, and then but try not to get emotional about those numbers, because I think it is like, at least for me, like I see things that are super popular in the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok world, and I recognize that some of the most viral videos they're very simple. Like it's everyday shit. Like everyone's got a story to tell, and we covered it in our stories podcast, but just tell your fucking stories. Just document your day, or fucking document your workout, or your fucking job, or whatever it is. And people want to fucking be a part of that, because I think this world, especially post pandemic, I honestly still think people are terrified. I think a mass majority of the population in the world are scared to go outside. They're scared to travel, and they're living through other people. And that's people on fucking Netflix, Amazon Prime, fucking HBO Max, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, fucking YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Reels, Shorts, long form, short form. These fucking people they're not going to not get addicted to their phone. They're 80 pounds overweight. Their fucking knees hurt. They'd rather sit on the couch, listen to us fucking talk about how much shit we've done, and kind of live through that person. And I think we need more people like that. And I think we're going to have that ability where people, like a job, it sounds weird, but I think a job in the future, like it already is, but I think content creators are going to become way more popular. And I think the mainstream stuff is going to not be as popular because it's not as relatable. You know what I mean? Like the hysterical sitcom, probably not relatable for most fucking people, unless it's about two fat people sitting on a fucking couch eating McDonald's. I just, and that's not even compelling TV. So I don't know. I think that's kind of the direction.
I mean, it's the new reality TV, right? I mean, everyone now has a camera and they have the means of posting it to the world. So we all can create our own reality TV, where it only used to be, right? You apply to get on Big Brother or any of these other shows, right? Like, and then boom, then you are Survivor, and you're the reality TV. Now it's just common. Everyone can be their own reality TV, right? We're recording my gym workouts. You're recording your, doing your jobs that you're doing. So it's like we can create our own reality TV that people didn't get to do anymore. And those that probably are going to take advantage of that will have the success from it.
So let me ask you this: what do you think is more important? Is it quality of the video or content, or is it quantity? In your opinion,
I think the content is probably the bigger, because even that, right? Like, what's relatable to the average person? Someone that, oh, this guy is just recording it like I would record it. Okay, cool. Or someone that has all this fancy cameras and has all the stuff. Maybe it's not as relatable to someone. So I guess it just kind of depends. But I think definitely content. Content is always, what are you providing to that person? Is it entertainment? Is it something they can learn? So yeah, I think it's always content would definitely be number one.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think quantity is the most important, because I think the more shit you throw on the wall, like the more things that you get to see stick. And the content is super important, but I think sometimes, like, we get stuck at the part where like oh, what kind of content we gonna make? And it's like fuck, just start making some shit, and it's gonna some of it's gonna work, and some of it's definitely not gonna work. You go look at my fucking channel, and you're like, this guy's been doing this for years, and he's not very good at it. You just keep going. I think that's one of the keys is just fucking keep going. Just keep creating stuff that maybe you would want to watch. I think that's one of the avenues that a lot of people like whatever you're into, just fucking do that. Like now, if you're into traveling, but you're afraid to go outside and you got to wear a fucking mask and you have, 8 booster shots, well, maybe you got to live through someone else. But it's just, I don't know. Like for me, the biggest cheat code is just like produce shit that I think I would watch or I would want to fucking take a look at.
Well, and I'll even just throw one more thing that's kind of a part of that quantity. It's the consistency, right? Because I think you can post once a week, but as long as just like our show, we're doing it every week. So consistency, and there's a quantity to that, right? 4 times a month. But so if we were doing it daily, would that water down what we're doing, right? Because we're having to maybe do it too often. So I think that depending on what your content is, what you're creating, what you're putting out there, the quantity could affect, something. So I think, like I said, another slash with that would be consistency.
Well, I think like just for our show specifically, like I look at some of the more popular shows out there in the world, and these fuckers are putting out, they're pumping it like one of the podcasts that's now the number one business podcast in the world. They put out 3 fucking episodes a week. And I'm like, "Fuck, how do they do that? Like, how do you come up with that much content?" And then I started really focusing on like their systems and their processes and how they go about producing their stuff. And it's generally broken down into a couple different shows. The first show is usually them just like talking about interesting shit that they saw in the world that week. And then the second episode is more specific. So they'll pick a topic or they'll pick maybe someone to interview or someone to have a third person to have a conversation. And then the third episode is just, it's not even both hosts. It's just one host either communicating with the audience directly or they're communicating with their own guests. So they go out and find one of their buddies or one of their homies to fucking have a conversation with. And I thought it was an interesting way to produce a lot more long form content and not run. Because again, if you and I did this every single day, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, Nate, what are we going to talk? Let's talk about coffee. I don't drink fucking coffee. Well, I'm going to talk about coffee. You can drink about fucking the Surge energy drink you're fucking drinking right now. Like, we'd figure, I think we would figure it out, but at the same time, it's like, it could be tough. But then I look at daily radio shows, those daily fucking radios, they're there every single fucking day. And it's like, what are they talking about? It's like, they just pick a niche and then just fucking any news that pops up about it, they react to it. And I think, I don't know. I agree and disagree.
Yeah, no, definitely, right. And obviously it depends. A lot of those daily radio shows that are still around and popular, it's they're because of the morning shows, so people are commuting, or they're the afternoon shows and people, they're during the commuting times. I mean, obviously there's radio in between though, but the real popular ones, they got that specific time. And yeah, I mean, the ones that I used to listen to the most were sports. So every day there was something going on with sports. So they would always have new topics and yeah, even stuff that's going on in the world, right? I mean, you can find everything that's going on every day, even if it's the same thing you talked about yesterday, but there's more info. So but what we do, I enjoy it because it's just different. We get into life and things we've experienced, and it's fun.
What's we've got a few minutes left. What book are you reading right now? Are you on to a new one or?
No, I'm still reading Start with Why. So
Okay.
I'm finished with it. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite books. Something I recommend highly, even though I haven't finished it. But I've gone. It's definitely has moved into my top 10. It's a freaking great book. It was written 10 years ago at least. Because a lot of the stuff was going on is kind of 2010-ish.
Okay.
So, but it still relates today. I mean, the biggest thing in going, yeah, it's start with why, and highly recommend it.
Good deal. It's I'm about halfway through a book called Essentialism. The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McCowan. It, have you heard about this silently quitting movement? It's like it's trending on social media. It's like hashtag silently quitting.
No, I haven't. Is it quitting jobs, quitting
No,
life,
no,
like
no.
quit?
No, it's these fucking people. They're employees, right? They're employees at jobs,
Yeah,
and their whole like mindset now is to do absolutely the bare minimum and not like don't show up early, don't stay late. If you know, and take advantage of every fucking free thing, every opportunity. But the key thing is them just doing as little as possible at their fucking job just to meet the bare minimum requirements. And I thought I was like, these people are fucking idiots. Like they're just gonna show up to a place, go work like they're not gonna go work their ass off for this employer or this fucking boss. And then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, if they're not financially motivated, if they're not motivated by something else, why the hell would you? Why would you give up hours of your day? Why would you give up even the slightest worry about your fucking job that literally you're not really like you're incentivized because maybe you need food, but it's like you I don't know, it's crazy. So I started reading this book, Essentialism, and this book is it's not new by any means. It's I think it was wrote back in like 2005 or something. So it's kind of old. I mean, if you were born in 2000 and you're fucking 22, this would be an old book. But God, fuck, we're getting old. It just got me thinking, and I was like, this book talks about that, like reducing all of the fucking extra shit in your life and focusing on just a couple things and making the decisions like now initially to not make decisions, if that makes any sense. So like have the strongest word in your vocabulary is fucking telling people no. Like, do you want to go to a meeting? No. Do you want to go to coffee? No. Like, because you're just gonna fucking bombard me with a bunch of shit I need to do, and then I'm gonna be stressed out and worried about it, instead of focusing on the things that I need to focus on. It's it's a fucking mind life changing book. It's definitely it's clarified a few things for me in my life.
yeah. Well, a couple points on that too is actually how we're this or what I'm reading kind of coincides with that kind of silently quitting is that there's no why there, right? Like if you are at this job where that's where you feel like you want to do, you probably shouldn't be there in the first place. Like at least my current situation, I don't have anyone that is like everyone there wants to come in early. Obviously, we get paid on performance, so you want to perform more to get paid more. So it's but that is kind of what's going on with America these days is that where it is kind of where they say it's easier to win because if you just do a little bit more, you're the top of the people around you because there are people that literally want to do the bare minimum, do nothing, and don't have that why like why am I working for this company? Why? And I think it starts with the companies too, though. The companies don't define their why enough to make people get behind that culture to want to do more.
It was it's an interesting book, and it's an interesting concept that I never actually started to think about. And then I looked at my life and my previous careers, and I'm like, I gave up so much for that agency or that department or that job. You know, I would be the guy who stays late and gets there fucking early with, oh, 28-hour shift, no problem, I got it. And you're like, you're an idiot. Like you're just skipping weddings. Like I've missed so much shit in my life. So when I'm reading through this book, it kind of gives you the ideal that non-essential people pick 15 things to work on. And then essentialism or essentialists essentially choose one or two paths to really fucking focus on. And I look at the successful people in any industry, I see that they, unless they're fucking Elon Musk is a horrible example for the rest of the world, but the ability to just focus on one thing and to be great at that one thing is pretty powerful. I mean, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, only Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, that's all he did for fucking 12 years. Some of these fucking YouTubers and influencers and other big companies out in the world, all they do, like, I'll give you an example, Southwest Airlines. They sell inexpensive flights. You get to carry as many fucking bags on the plane as you want, and every seat's the fucking same. There's no upsells, there's no nothing. It's just fucking bare minimum. And they're the most profitable airline since they were introduced to the market. And it got me really thinking about trimming the fat on my life to essentially focusing on only a couple things. And that was kind of a scary thing, because I was like, I work on 15 things. And I started reading this book and I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should only be working on like 2 or 3 things.
Well, and I think Jeff Bezos talked about that, where he will limit the amount of decisions, because we make so many decisions every day. And the more you make, the quality goes down. And just even that, like, about those things, like the Steve Jobs and even the Mark Zuckerberg, they wear the same clothes, or wore, for Steve Jobs, the same clothes every day, right? That's decision. Boom, they don't have to focus on, and and some other things. And that's right. Like, even these people were so honed in on what they did, and that allowed them to build these great things. And it really, yeah, like you said, hey, focus on a couple things and not worry about the other stuff, and that will allow whatever you want to work on to actually be good. And yeah, we all get caught up in it, doing too many things every day, every week, every month, and yeah, we lose focus on growing just a couple things.
So what is your take on the I only buy black t-shirts, and I wear the same pair of socks every day, and I wear the same jeans or the same Birkenstocks? What is your thought on that? Because it's one of those things that, like, here in the next 2 months, we're gonna be leaving for 4 months and traveling. And I was thinking, I'm like, fuck, how easy life would be if you just had fucking 10 black shirts. Like, I could record one video one day and no one would know I recorded the rest of it the next day, because I'd be wearing the same shit. What's your thought on it? Is that huge dork alert, or
no,
right?
A couple pairs of jeans, a couple t-shirts. I mean, then you're set. But that's where we are too at times, and we're point of businesses, right? Selling you all this variety, selling you as much stuff as you can have. And yeah, really, when you simplify things, it makes it easier, right? You don't have to think about it. I already know what I'm wearing tomorrow and the next day and the next day, right? It's easy. I mean, that's why it's redundant work uniforms, but it's also easy. Like, hey, I know what polo I'm wearing when I go to work. I don't gotta choose and think about all this stuff. So
you don't have to worry about these fucking decisions. So I think I'm going to implement that, as we have 1 less minute. We have 1 minute left on the show, but I'm going to implement that in my life. I think I'm going to pick one. I'm going to make one decision that's going to essentially make 1,000 decisions in the future.
Hey, take some action, and it'll make it easier.
Absolutely. So until next week, talk to you guys later. Please like, subscribe, do all the fun things like comment, leave reviews. So we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good one.
All right. Later, buddy.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.